Hello, people. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so I am doing a live because I am really just sick of editing. Like, I don't want to edit any more books. I just want to try something. Okay, that did nothing. I have like a ring light right there, and I'm like, maybe I'll get more light this way, but I didn't. Okay, so we are live, and today I will be discussing January reading wrap up. Today's topics will be books. No more TV shows. One of my most popular videos was pretty little, pretty tiny pretty things, and people loved that because that was just such a juicy chaotic show. But to be honest, like I haven't really watched anything that has that has moved the spirit within me to comment on and make a video about. So therefore, I am going live to talk about books because I have been reading some good ones, people, a lot of good ones. So I'm just going to pull them up right now so we can get into this. Once again, I'm not like going live to go live. I'm going live because I don't want to record a video and edit it. So I'm kind of like doing a new format. So if you would like to hear or like read my thoughts further on the books I'm going to discuss, you can listen to my podcast or follow me on Goodreads, and both of those are going to be linked down below. And I hope everyone had like a good first month and new year of 2021. I did a lot of like meditating and plotting and planning, just really like setting intentions, trying to get everything clear and organized for how I want to like approach content in the new year. Before, this channel has been kind of like off the cuff. I just like say whatever comes to mind, like when I cut the camera on. But now I'm trying to like think more critically about like book reviews instead of just like talking out the side of my neck. But like not only that, I'll probably say this again towards the end, I'm not doing like videos anymore. I'm really going to focus on my podcast, and I will like be posting audio podcasts if you've seen like I've done already today. Just talking about one book, sitting down and really like flushing out like word vomit about like one particular book and reading reviews about it, and just really getting the details down in the podcast instead of making a video about it. Because I like podcasts. You know, I can just record anywhere and be like, da 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 da, and we're done. There are a lot of reviewers and like critics online and everywhere. Like, you know, you just hear themselves speak. Like it's like they like hearing themselves speak, and I don't want to like preach to the choir. So whatever. I know we're all trying, like probably just saying the same thing anyway. So with all that being said, I want to start out by saying something not enough people say out loud. And then like some people, especially content creators and critiques and reviewers, like say it all the time. Like, I make mistakes. I'm wrong a lot of the time. My opinion's my opinion. I'm willing to change my mind as well. And that's what the comment section's for. So get into that. Okay, that was long. Let's get into the January 2021 wrap up. Oh, my podcast, by the way, is called What Is This Book About? If you come up with a more like clever name, let me know about it. So I read 6 books this month. One was a 1-star read, and then 1 3-star read, 1 4-star read, and 3 5-star reads. And my 1-star read is The Wives by Taryn Fisher. This book is about a woman named Thursday who is in a polygamous marriage with a man named Seth, and she doesn't know anything about his other wives except for the fact that one of his other wives is pregnant. She feels threatened, I guess you could say. Like everything I'm saying, I should like put a question mark at the end because things get chaotic. Okay, so she feels threatened and like curious because, you know, she's lonely and only sees him like one day out of the week, and she goes into like detective mode and finds out things she don't want to find out. You know what I mean? Like, should you be snooping, girl, or is you comfortable? But she's not. And that's the whole thing. Okay. So this story is very much you're a single crazy white woman trope. So here comes like the spoiler alert. I don't know. Should I say it? Everything I just said may or may not be true. Let me just put it that way. Like, I'll just put it that way. I gave it a 1 star because even though this is like one of my favorite tropes to read, like, this is one of my favorite genres, like thrillers of like crazy women whose like men just drive them, to insanity. It felt like Fisher took the easy way out. I didn't feel like she was trying to make her novel like different or better than any of the books that are already in this genre. Those are my 2 cents. Okay, next. My 3-star read for the month was a BookTube fave. And like normal, I'm asking myself, like, why? And that is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I'm convinced that my YouTube algorithm has me on the fantasy romance BookTube, and I don't think I'm supposed to be here. But still, I read because I'm curious. Like, everyone's talking about it, it must be good, but it wasn't. Okay. This book is about a human named Feyre, and she lives in this world where like 100 something years ago, it's like a fiction, not like, it's fantasy. Like, it's not the world as we know it. It's like a fantasy world. Okay. So in this fantasy world, 100 something years ago, there was a war between fairies and humans because humans were slaves and fighting for their freedom. And they got it, but now it's like segregated. Humans are over on one side of the land, fairies are over on the other side of the land, and like they hate each other, stereotypes, whatever. So this man fairy wolf, Tamlin, because I just like wrote my podcast for this book, but his name was, it slips from my mind, but it's Tamlin. So this fairy wolf man, who's like on the other side of the border, he is like a king, I guess you could say. Ooh, people love this book. Like, they are diehard fans for this book, so I know they're gonna come for me. But anyways, so Tamlin, he lives in like the fairyland, and he's under a curse and is trying to break the curse. So he takes this human girl, Feyre, who's basically Katniss, under false pretenses and like holds her prisoner. Yada yada yada. They fall in love in fairyland, but of course things are complicated. She's Katniss, she's fighting for the fairies' freedom and lives and all of that good stuff. So I gave this book a 3 out of 5 stars because I really think I just didn't like it because it just wasn't my genre. I was intrigued by the world, but I just didn't care about the people or the fairies. Feyre in particular. I like the man. I like Tamlin. I like Tamlin. And I liked his little buddy sidekick friend. I forgot his name. But they were funny and cunning and mysterious and they were really going through some stuff. And I just felt like they had a rich backstory. So I stand them, not her. Am I jealous? Do I want them? No, I don't. Because I wouldn't risk my life for any of them. No. Next book. So my 5-star read is Slay by Brittany Morris. This book is about a girl named Kira who is a senior in high school and developed this really dope virtual reality game for Black people across the diaspora that includes a card game for duels, and the cards are like based on Black culture. So I don't remember, but maybe there's like a potato salad card, and then like the avatars in the game slide and hit them on potato salad. It was stuff like that. It was cute. Or like an alley-oop card. I don't know. Or like a moonwalk card. I think there was a moonwalk card. And they battle each other. So anyways, a boy gets killed over this game in real life. And that opens a dialogue of, is the game racist since white people are not included in it or not allowed to play, or because people are now getting killed over the game. But in my opinion, no one, the murder that happened, it wasn't necessarily because of the game. So yeah, take that how you want to take it. No one knows that Kira created the game, so it's her huge secret. The plot twist was good. I could see it coming, but in a good way. This book has a lot of Black ideologies all the way up through how to quote unquote uplift the Black community, and what does the Black community even mean, what does it need, et cetera, and how each Black person kind of develops their own sense of like what's best for the Black community. Yeah. Okay. So back to the book. Morris, the author, she is smart. Like, she is smart how she put this all in a YA book for like teenagers to read. Chef's kiss. I give it a 4 out of 5 stars because I don't like to read books about like stuff I already know. I already know, so it's like, regurgitated in a way. Like, I kind of like read some of the things in other readings, but I know a lot of this information from college. So like someone in high school, like they're not going to know this stuff. So I think it's perfect to be introduced through this genre in this way to a lot of these ideologies. The synopsis that people were giving about the book, I feel like it kind of not gaslights, but it makes you want to read it because it's kind of like trendy, like a Black boy gets shot because of, this video game, et cetera, et cetera. But in my opinion, it's not really about that. I don't think it's really about that. So yeah, there we go. Now it's time for my 5-star chicks. Okay. So I have God Help the Child by Toni Morrison. This book is really about like childhood trauma and how as adults we are still walking around with our inner child, wanting whatever it is we didn't get as children or portraying the same behaviors. So we follow characters as they try to heal from generational trauma and love and really try and work their way through it to build a healthier life. The story starts very similar to The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. Yeah. Or, the other way around, because this God help the child. I was about to say God save the children, but this book came out before The Vanishing Half. So it's very similar to that, just with like a dark-skinned daughter, a light-skinned mother trying to raise her dark-skinned child. It's just very much that. And I was like, oh, it's tough. It's tough to read, but it's really the reality. And it just brings up a funny story. Like, it's a joke. I'm pretty sure they were joking, but I don't think like my family was joking. But my grandmas used to say like, oh, coffee will make you darker. I don't know like what it was. I don't know if that to them would make me not want to drink it, but it was like, oh yeah, coffee will make you dark skin. And now it's just like, what? And now, of course, when I bring it up, it's like, we never said that. But I could have, like, I wouldn't just make that up. Like, I don't know. But like, that was a thing. And so it's definitely like a generational thing that I still think a lot of people should read. Okay, next book, Parachutes by Kelly Yang. This book is 2 points of view, Claire and Danny, and I gave this book 5 stars because it introduced me to like a new world that I didn't really know anything about, but I could find similarities to my own experience. So this is about Claire, who is a teenager sent to California in her junior year for a better opportunity with education because she wasn't succeeding in her parents, like to her parents' standard in her Chinese school. And she, born and raised in Shanghai, China. So she goes to America to stay with a host family who are Danny, who is a scholarship student, and her single mother, and they are both maids. And then Claire is, of course, rich. And Claire is called a parachute, which is a real term of Asian students sent to America, often alone without, their parents, for education. So much goes down in this book, including inappropriate student-teacher relationships, sexual assault, and just, in my opinion, the overall theme of abuse of power by rich men, not even rich men, but rich men, regular men, teachers, still men in power, taking advantage of very smart and intelligent women and girls, really. This book really brought to light for me the awakening to the reality that as middle class and or poor minorities who want to get ahead, we are told to play by the rules. Don't cheat, don't steal, don't hurt others. Work twice as hard. But once we like get to where we're trying to go, or even as we're like working, we're looking around and we truly see that those same rules don't apply to white people or rich people, and that stirs up anger and resentment and can take over and really consume one's life. Because here I am sitting here like working hard and everyone like they're cheating, like, and they're getting ahead and no one seems to care. And once you get in the workplace and out in the world, like people cheat, people lie, people steal, and they're just like, and what? And so for those of us who are like working hard, it's like, ugh, but who else? Okay. So next, and the last book that I read in the month of January is Girl, Woman, Other by Bernadine Evaristo. And this book is multiple points of view of the Black British experience, or British immigration experience, spanning generations and identities. This book is only really character driven on purpose. There really isn't like a plot, like a plot in the literal terms, but I think figuratively we can grasp for like a plot. We are peeking into the lives of women who were once girls or gender nonconforming humans who were once girls, and just how they came to be and what they know of their ancestors and parents and the choices they made and traumas and abuse that they experienced. We are introduced to a lot of characters in this book, so I stopped trying to connect them all and just got enveloped in each story, because there was a point I'm just like, how does this connect? And I couldn't. So I just each story, each point of view was so well written, so creative, where I was just like, okay, I'm just going to stop trying to connect the ones that don't just come naturally. So yes, eventually almost everyone ended up in the same place, but since there really wasn't like a plot, I don't think it mattered that they all ended up at this place. So much that they were all there. What am I saying? Where am I? There were no periods in this book or quotation marks. The absence of periods did make me cringe, but that was intentional, of course. So I respect it, but it was just like, oh, I just need a period at the end of the sentence. I didn't mind that there wasn't any quotation marks. Like I really didn't need them. I didn't need those, but for some reason, that ending of a sentence, it was really something to get used. It was something to get used to, and it was just hard for me. And this book like won awards on awards. So read this one. Okay, and those were the books that I've read. So in February, I will be reading, well, I already read, as you will see tomorrow. I'm going to post the audio for my podcast for The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I had thoughts. I had a lot of thoughts about that book. Yeah, you'll hear about it tomorrow if you give a listen. I'm going to read These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong, Concrete Rose by Angie Thomas. Ooh, yeah. Know My Name by Chanel Miller, and Promised Land by Barack Obama. And of course, my library has like an app for ebooks and audiobooks. So whatever else comes will come. And that is all. Comment down below what you thought of these books. Phew, was that a marathon or was that a marathon? This is my first time going live. Okay, I've been up here 18 minutes and 21 seconds. Great. I'm trying to stay active. I'm trying to stay in the game. Okay, so comment what you thought of these books. If you want to give these books a read, if you did give them a read, you don't agree with me, you agree with me. What are you reading next that I can add to my list? Comment, like, subscribe, do your thing. I will see you in the next video. I'll probably go live once a month. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay. I don't know. But just like weekly videos, it was hard. It wasn't hard, but I was just not motivated to do it. Whereas like over a month, just the compounding of books, you're sure to get some gems. You're sure to get something that, you can talk about in there. So I really liked doing this video. So I'll probably go live next month with my February wrap up, March to be read. And then, of course, I'm mentioning again that each book that I read will get their own full podcast and review. And those will be posted every Tuesday and Thursday, wherever you listen to your podcast. And that's called What Is This Book About? I love that the name of the podcast is so obvious, but also we can all try and be more creative. I was maybe going to name it and the anti-book influencer, or your favorite booktuber lied or something like that, or spoiled it, because I spoiled the book. So if you're one who's I can't listen to this, then definitely wait to listen to the podcast, because I do drop some spoilers. But of course, I'll let you know before the spoilers come, because people real sensitive. I'm not really that sensitive. I probably am. I don't like reading backs of books. I just like to pick it up and go. But anyways, that's that on that. The podcast will be posted to this YouTube channel with the audio. And I will see you guys like this next month. Follow me on Twitter. Ooh, I got a Twitter. Tweet. It's at ReadC1. That's READ. Like how I'm spelling it like that. CI1. And yeah, I'll probably let you guys know when the next live is going to be. Thank you guys so much for watching. And this live is definitely inspired by Chloe and Hallie's live, okay? And Coco's live, because they really know how to do, they know how to do a live stream. So I'm really trying to get my live stream on, sponsored by Natural Sunlight. Ooh, I looked right at it. So thank you guys so much. I'm on the last 100 pages of A Promised Land. I look forward to hearing. Oh, hey, Rachel. Okay. Yes. A Promised Land. I probably won't finish this month. I've been on page 200 since Christmas. So anyways, I gotta go. Thanks for watching. If you're watching live, if you're watching after the fact, love ya. Bye-bye. End stream.